Cool. What up, everybody? What's poppin'? Sully, what up? Kicks, what up? Jay, what up? Joel, what up? Scent of the day, people, what it is. Scent of the day's in the chat. Scent of the day's in the chat. What's poppin'? What we doing tonight, boys? Ugh. What we doing tonight, boys? Is my oh, it is on. Okay, cool. Ooh, I gotta play that record for y'all, man. Late stream. Nah, man, this is like usual time. This is like usual time. Gently. Oh, of course, Kicks, of course. Gut punch. My favorite scent. Gosh, I love that. Such a slept-on fragrance. Let's get some light on me. Colonia Noble, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's turn that down just a little bit. Nice, beautiful. My scent of the day was... What was my scent of the day? It was... The heck was my scent of the day? I don't know what my scent of the day was. I forgot my scent of the day. Wow. What up, Jaylee? What up, Ezekiel? I got a better one for you, Ezekiel. How about you give your dad his phone back? Scent of the day was Issey Miyake Celle de C. Scent of the... You mean scent of the night will be Acqua di Gio Profumo. Dude, you can't make Profumo your scent of the night, man. You're wasting juice. What's wrong with you, Joel? What up, Infinity? Good to see y'all, man. Good to see y'all. How dare you spend Profumo on a cheap night? That's my favorite juice. Well, it got beat. It got beat this year by this to me. Hey, Sally, have you got your nose on any of the day 3 fragrances yet, buddy? Give your dad his phone back, man. Go to sleep. My scent of the day was liquid brune because it was 8 degrees colder than last month. Hey, we got some rain in Arizona yesterday. Crazy storm. I got a 12-foot trampoline in the backyard, and it almost went through my bedroom window. I can't believe I forgot my scent of the day. I don't remember what I wore today. That's how busy you could tell I am. So busy I forgot what I even put on this morning. I know it has something to do with rain though. What fragrances get you the most compliments? I'm talking about something you will always get a compliment from when you wear it. Tres Oros Day 3. Just some older stuff, nothing new from the house. I want to and need to. Yeah, I mean, Sally, the Discovery set is a bit expensive now because they just put 2 collaborative releases in the Discovery set, which is Royal Reflection and Desert Rain. So now each time they add a release to the Discovery set, it goes up $5. So I think the Discovery set now is about $50, but you get to cash that in for a fragrance if you decide to buy one. And I've yet to find anyone who tries the entire Discovery set and doesn't buy a bottle. There's a lot of amazing offerings from that house. So I think their Discovery set now is about 12, 13 fragrances. You might as well just buy the Discovery set and then buy the fragrances. And you should be able to double up. Like, I think if you cash in your $50 credit, whatever you spend on the Discovery set, you'll get in your bottle. So you spend 50, you get 50, and then if you use like Melissa or Tazo's code, I got to get a code from Michael for you guys for day 3. I'm sure he'll give me one if I asked him for it. But even without me, you can use Melissa. I think it's either Melissa 15. I know Tazo 15 works. So you should be able to double up. Have you smelled any Frank Olivier? Not recently. My sport is running. Beautiful. I don't mind $50 for a set. Oh, neither do I. I just like to, I'm just saying with day 3 specifically, like, I think it's so much better instead of, like say we were playing with Roja, right? Like, we would order samples of Roja. Like, there's no real set, and the sets are small. So like with Roja, you have to get stuff separately. But with day 3, I really feel like getting the entire Discovery set is better than selecting stuff everybody's talking about. Because with day 3, everybody has their own favorites. Like, everybody's first fragrance purchase from day 3 is different. Like, everybody I've ever talked to, I had my young guys got Downtown Deja Vu and Tres Oros. My brother, his first pickup was Philosophia. Aylin, my wife's first pickup was Bonnie. It just and then plus people that watch this channel, like, everybody's been getting different stuff. So you might as well just run through the whole Discovery set and then make your hit list. $50 for a Discovery set of that caliber. Like, honestly, day 3's Discovery set hits like a Javoy or a Nishane or a Xerjoff, an Initio, like any of those level Discovery sets, it hits like that. All of them are just, they're so uniform and they're so monstrous. Just cop Amouage Purpose on a blind buy. How is that frag, SB, Selly, Joel? What are you asking, Kicks? Ratings of Lalique White and Lalique White and Black. To me, Lalique White and Black is like a 9 out of 10. Lalique White's a 10 out of 10 for me. I will probably blind buy Desert Rain. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sally, like, to me, if you've had Profumo, it has Profumo tone, but way more everyday, any season, any reason versatility. Like, it's the one scent from the entire house that you could literally go casual, upscale casual, date night, formal, semi-formal. It's like Profumo, but to me it's better because it's more like Profumo is strictly a night scent or a date night scent, something like that. It's got more of a sparkly. It's got more of a sparkly green finish, so it's just got crazy versatility, man. It's good, bro. I would blind buy it, but I mean, I did. I bought 3 bottles. Last time. Dyslexic, come on, give your dad his phone back, bro. Oh, I almost just banned Selly. Give your dad his phone back. Kicks and Joel, y'all gotta be on your game, bro. Infinity, good night. What up, Doosan? Does Margiela have anything redeeming other than By the Fireplace or Jazz Club? I don't even like, bro, I don't like Jazz Club. I don't like By the Fireplace. Under the Lemon Tree. I mean, they just have, it's such an okay brand. And you're not paying $100 for okay. You're not paying $80 for okay. You're not paying $60 for okay. Like, Under the Lemon Trees is great. You know, Beach Walk, all that stuff's cool. By the Fireplace, you know, yeah, they're so mid, bro. They're so mid. I won't promote Mason Margiela because I just think for their price point, they're just making you guys grab your ankles. Y'all ain't on your job tonight. Is Purpose the mint frag kicks? I believe so. I believe it is the mint frag. SB, when I say it was for Tuesday, will be for Wednesday. I only wear 1 fragrance per day. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Well, sometimes you say scent of the day and then scent of the night, I thought. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Sally, trust me, man. You'll love Desert Rain, man, because it's like when we talk about all these fragrances that are like titans, they're all so circumstantial or so seasonal. Desert Rain is literally like, I would be totally cool wearing Desert Rain every single day. it has crazy bag reach. And the fact that you could dress it up and dress it down is crazy. There's nothing better than getting like a super dope fragrance and you could wear it all the time. Is it true that Gucci Guilty Elixir smells like Homage Reflection Man? No. New Blue de Chanel is not good. No, dude, don't hate on the New Blue de Chanel. The New Blue de Chanel is good. It's just not blowing our mind because we've smelled it before, you know? I mean, when you add a little bit of smoke and a little bit of sweetness, are you really expecting to be blown away? Kix absolutely loved it. He'll be getting a bottle of it. When we're writing each other, we don't see the trolls. Yeah, I know. Why is Creed so expensive? They kind of have put themselves in a position to have to be. I agree they are just okay. Yeah, like there's not a single Mason Margiela I've smelled that's blown me away. The clones of By the Fireplace, Jazz Club, Woodstock, Under the Lemon Trees, Beach Walk, Sailing Day. There's clones of all of them that have way more performance. The only ones that have performance is the fall winter scents, like By the Fireplace and Jazz Club. But if you have Jazz Club, you might as well get either Liam Gray if you're going down for clone. If you're going up, go Gris Charnel. Smells the same thing but better. By the Fireplace, when you talk, you know, smoky, vanillic, fiery, marshmallowy type scents. I mean, you just have so many other options. It doesn't make any sense. It rained so much here in the desert today. Yeah, it did. Well, not today. For me, it didn't rain today. It rained crazy yesterday. What's your favorite Bond number 9? I recently put my nose to Scent of Peace, but I'm not a big fan of the House of Bond number 9. They make really good smelling juices in terms of quality, but they just smell kind of too playful for me. Even the more serious Bond number 9s to me feel like a Happy Meal version of what Xerjoff and Initio and Amouage have accomplished with the similar profiles. But, you know, I'm not mad at fragrances like Lafayette, Tribeca, New York, Scent of Peace, Greenwich. You know, I've tried a lot of their offerings, like even my wife. My wife is the only one with a Bond number 9 fragrance in my house. You know, I bought her New York Flowers because that fits her, you know. But for me, there's just not a lot of Bond number 9 I'm wanting to reach for. Scent of the day, Penguin Premium Blend number 2. Like basically what I'm trying to say is any Bond number 9 fragrance you show me, I will show you another brand with a similar profile that feels more grown and more sexy, whether it's a playful or serious fragrance. Scent of the day, Penguin Premium Blend, Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce with a tad bit of freshness. Okay, I see you. Scent of the day, Liam Gray Shine. Scent of the day, scent of the night, and then scent of the day, Vetiver Sensual. Beautiful, Ricky. You know, I'm not complaining. We just put out the memoir on Vetiver Sensual. Amouage Enclave is the mint one. Purpose is the woody one. Oh, okay. Thanks for the clarification. Have you smelled Oda? Do you mean Oda Ombre Leather, Chris? And if so, yes, it's better than Ombre Leather Eau de Parfum. It's equal to Ombre Leather Parfum in terms of caliber. What are fragrances that will make people ask you what you're wearing? Tres Oros. Thoughts on Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce? I'm not a big fan of that DNA. When it comes to that like fresh, spicy, sweet, or apple pie-ish DNA, and it depends on which Abercrombie you're referring to, but like I will go into African leather, I will go into Carlisle, I will go into Leighton, I will go into yeah, I mean, to me, more grown versions of those profiles is going to be African leather in Carlisle. Percival even too. I'm just not a big fan of Percival. At least for me. I think it's a good fragrance. It's just, it doesn't fit my lifestyle. Did you see the new Gucci Guilty Homme de Parfum is going to come out? Thoughts? I don't have any thoughts yet. We'll see when it comes out. We'll put it on the channel and we'll see what we're working with. Do you remember the original Drakkar Noir? Yes. In fact, I've been shopping vintage for the last 2 months, and well, all my vintage is over there. But I've been shopping vintage, and I've been finding a lot of discontinued Drakkars that no one's ever heard of, because right now, Drakkar Original, Drakkar Noir, Drakkar Intense, Drakkar Blue, but there's like 5 other Drakkars in that same line that no one's ever heard of. And of course I remember the original Drakkar Noir. We gave away like 10 of them last giveaway. Just ordered Club de Nuit per show because you said it's the best one. Comes in on Thursday. Hey, let me know, Myers. Top 3 Amouage. I'm not in a position. I'm not qualified to answer that question. I've smelled almost the entire line of Amouage, but I really haven't had day wears with all of them. And it's a very complex, challenging house, so I don't want to speak off of memory. You know, obviously I have Epic Man. I like Beach Hut Man. There's a lot of good ones, man. The red one, the Vampire Blood, as I would say. They're all good in their own ways. It's just bottle worthiness to me. Governor's Island is hard to emulate. Bleecker Street was a dud for me. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, beautiful high. Off Non-Collector's Edition is much more better than Per Show. That's false. That's false. They're both great fragrances. If you love Oak Moss, you get Collector's Edition. If you love a fruitier Eros Energy type of scent or closer to Absolute Avendis, you go Per Show. They're both equal caliber, high compliment factor, 12+ hour fragrances. Is Percival really as good as they say? It is really good. Real Percival, not clones. Hey, Jeanette, good to see you. Dior Fahrenheit, you got that. No, I don't need to buy Dior Fahrenheit because my dad has been wearing Dior Fahrenheit for 30 years. And so anytime I want Fahrenheit, I can just go to his house and get it. Most mass appealing fragrance. Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage Elixir, and Versace Eros. Outlands, haven't worn it. I was wondering, since you went vintage shopping, did you run into Original Curve? I did, but I didn't buy it. I don't like curve. What's up, Safety? Tori, hey. Good to see you guys. Ombre Nomad Ombre Nomad Rep recommendations, and when will you have your next giveaway? Giveaway's coming very, very soon. I'm getting all my packs ready. Oh, absolutely, Don. I appreciate the good feedback. Are you saying Ombre Nomad replacement or clone? I don't know exactly what that top part you're asking. Yo, have you heard of a fragrance called Emirati? Who's it by, Kelly? I don't know. It's an Arab cologne. Okay. Yes, I have. I haven't worn it, though. I saw Jeremy Fragrance carry around what seems to be a gallon of Dior Sauvage. Is there really bottles that big? No, it's a prop. Hey, Damien. Thoughts on Stronger with You? It's a good scent. It's not for me. I'd rather just upgrade to like Wajon from Parfums de Marly if I'm going to go with that. If I'm going to go down to a clone, I'll go, you know, Fierte or Royal Blend Nero or Fire Your Desire from Amir. Tell me the best iris note fragrance. Well, the holy grail trinity of iris is going to be Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé if you want whiskey and iris. Dior Homme Intense if you want creamy, cosmetic, powdery iris. Dior Homme Parfum if you want dusty, fresh iris. And then I'm missing one. Dior Homme Intense, General Reserve Privé. Oh, and then Valentino Uomo Intense if you want a fresh, airy iris. You got me wondering that Christina Aguilera perfume now. I kind of want to blind buy it for my wife. It's good, man. It smells like cherry blossoms and like light rose. Let me go get that. I'll bring some of the vintage over here so you guys can see it. So check this out. And this actually smells good. I did not purchase a vintage fragrance unless it was rated a 5 or higher on Fragrantica, or 4 out of 5 or higher. So here's the first one. Check this out. Police Bad Guy. Right? Looks just like this. So check this out. So here's the bottle. What is on that grill? Oh, police. Yeah, so this joint is fire. It's a really good scent. And it's amazing with the vintage stuff, how the performance is still like, how do I say it? It's amazing how the eau de toilettes in vintage actually have really long carry. Like they go 6 to 8 hours and they have a much more brighter top note. The top notes seem to stay longer. Such a good scent, man. Wow. I think I might have picked this up in an auction for less than $10. 100 ml. Amazing scent. I could put this next to any one of my designers. It'll do just fine. Picture like Jimmy Choo Man, but fresher, with a little more emphasis on like a geranium, like a fruity geranium. It's got blood orange in it. Really cool scent. Let's see what else I got. Here's some cool ones. Dang, that scent smells so good. I should wear that tomorrow. Here's one of my favorite pickups so far. So when it comes to green scents, vintage seems to do a lot more interesting things with very common note pairings you're familiar with. They go somewhere different with it. So check this out. This was a Balmain original, Vent Vert. Look this up, Ventvert, Balmain, right? Vent Vert is like this really green scent. It's somewhere between Eau Sauvage from Dior and Lin Sumi from Lalique. So to me, Lalique is the fresher, more modern take on Dior's Eau Sauvage. Eau Sauvage is kind of like old money, and this Balmain scent is somewhere in the middle. It's a super airy, super green, super bright, almost like forest green and grass green and mint. Really cool scent. Super happy with that Balmain pickup, and it is like one of their original releases. I think it dropped in like 1960. This is a 1960 batch. That's the other thing is when I'm shopping vintage, you know, if you went out and got a Guerlain, it might be a reformulation, which a lot of Guerlain fragrances have reformulated over and over and over to the point where now, even if you smell an old scent, it might be like a 2022 release of that, you know? This Balmain, you know, all these fragrances are from the time period that they were made. So this Balmain is from 1960. It's either 60 or 69, so it would be 50 years old. And the juice still smells great. It's quite crazy. Here's another cool pickup that I got. Hold on. So he said Ombre Nomad clones. I don't like the Ombre Nomad clones. They suck. Best projecting fragrances in your collection. A lot of them. Too many to count. If you were to make a cologne, what would be your go-to notes? I don't know, but notes I really love. I love basil. I love orris root. I love yuzu lemon. I love vetiver. I love grapefruit. I like oak moss. Certain boozes, you know, I like certain booziness. Don't know what scent I would go for first, but I am putting together some fragrance concepts that I will have curated. So check, actually, before I show you this, let me answer some questions. Do you have Neroli Portofino? No, but I've smelled it a lot. It's a good everyday fragrance. Performance is sucky, but the smell is awesome. Tried any Ed Hardy? Yeah, I have tons of it. I have tons of discontinued Ed Hardy. What's the best chocolate fragrance? Well, it's not real chocolate. It's more of like a sweetness plus patchouli. By Killian, Straight to Heaven. Prada Black, Bulgari Man in Black. Tempo from Diptyque. And Tom Ford Black Orchid. Do you like Versace Eros Energy? I don't. I prefer Absolute Aventus over it. What do you think of Versace Hawass Ice? Very good versatile fragrance. Dumb Reach, it's basically Nautica Voyage with no apple. Talking about vintage perfumes, Amiri Polo Sport. Admire Polo Sport. Haven't smelled it. The great thing about fragrance is that they smell different with each person's body oils. Yes, they do. Okay, so here's another one that I picked up, vintage. This is Salvador Dali. I used to be an art instructor, and this was a very famous figure in the art field, mainly in painting, but he did performance art in the form of, you know, short documentary style theatrical videos. He did drawings, but he's mostly known for his paintings. So this is a Salvador Dali release. He released many fragrances during his time, and this is Agua Verde. And cool, very cool bottle. Simple, but it's very cool. And it's embedded, so you can put your finger in there. Pretty cool looking bottle to have. So there's a cool vintage green scent that I recently picked up. This is original to the date. I think it came out in the 70s. What other stuff? We got that Christina Aguilera. Don't ask me why I got it. I got it because I got it for so cheap. I think I won it for like $4, but I was very shocked to see how good it was. This Christina Aguilera Unforgettable for a women's scent. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have my wife trying this on because it's like a very light rose water with cherry blossom. And it lasts. It really lasts. As an eau de toilette, it lasts forever. So good, guys. I mean, so good. Incredibly light, airy, sparkly. It's almost like a champagne finish on rose water and a candied cherry blossom. Cool looking bottle, right? Got that for, shoot, I might have got this for $4. Happy I did, though. Someone in my family will absolutely love it. I might even keep it. Here's a really cool one. Check this out. Musk by Alyssa Ashley. Dangerous but fun. I thought this was the cover of the fragrance. So originally when I saw it in the auction, I thought it was a vintage Abercrombie and Fitch fragrance, but it's actually not, because if you turn it over, this is the cover. And this is just artwork. A lot of the Abercrombie and Fitch artwork was black and white with, you know, some young white people in it. So that's why I thought it was Abercrombie and Fitch. But this is just a single note white musk. And I was not expecting anything from this. But sure enough, you know, I was like, yo, I like white musk. Got it for a couple bucks at an auction. It's an original formula, eau de toilette, but it's beast mode. White musk, that's all. Probably has a couple of supporting top notes just to give it some pop. Just a great, pure white musk. Amazing layering fragrance, but I would wear this just by itself. Just fresh musk. Imagine like Hoven musk, but doesn't smell dated. It smells like a fresh, clean, single note musk that you would use in today's perfumery. You could mix anything with this. You could put this behind the Christina Aguilera. It would go stupid. It's another one. Let me see if there's anything else interesting, and I'll answer your guys' questions in a second. Okay, let's answer some questions real quick, and then we'll get back to the shenanigans. Is not the OG bottle with the lips and the cap that Salvador Dali? No, I don't believe so. There were a couple of different renditions, but I don't think those are based off of time. Highest quality, let's see. Oh, dang, I missed a couple of questions. Drop for a Legend is vintage, that's nice. Highest quality, La Nuit de l'Homme. Probably Caprice. Latafa Caprice, Bruno. No, the lip, oh, I think the one with the lips, Joel, is just a different flanker. Or they're not flankers, really. It's a bunch of fragrances that look the same but have different scent profiles. You know, a banger vintage is Cool Water. I bet the older batch sticks on you way longer. Well, believe it or not, Cool Water actually has like 10 flankers. They made 3 or 4 of them for women, and they made like 6 of them for men. What up, Blaze? What up, Daisy? Boy, that Ombre Noir smells like angel share. I don't know how you got that, but all right, as long as you enjoy it. Here's another pickup I got in vintage. Got us some Kenzo, right? Brand new, sealed. Probably got this for $10. Can you believe that? Cost you probably 30 bucks online. Got it sealed. And this is actually original batch. This isn't new production. Here's one of my favorite pickups. Check this out, guys. Check that out right there. Eau de la Lique. I was so thrilled to see this, guys, that I bought 2 bottles. Check this out. I bought 2 bottles so that I could open one, because you guys know I'm completing my La Lique set. So getting vintage La Lique was just an awesome pickup. But here's what the bottle inside of that looks like. Very awesome bottle design. It's kind of got this bulb finish on the glass. And it smells great. Really does smell awesome. I'm blown away. I'm just waiting for a bad Lalique fragrance outside of, you know, Ancre Noir a la Sport. Just such a nice, timeless fragrance. Literally, this smells like fresh, airy Skittles. Little greener. Nice. So I bought 2 bottles of that. Scored those really cheap. Here's a fragrance I can't open. This is actually going to get sold because this can go as high as like $150, I think. So I have a sealed original on it. So I would love to smell this. I'm going to see if I can snag another box of this, but this, you know, I got this for like 15 bucks. I'm going to sell it on eBay for 150 or something like that. Because I have the 100 ml bottles, and I think the 50 ml sell for like $69.99 or something like that, and they're not even vintage. And then here's another pickup. Check this out. This I can't open either. This Florist London Edwardian Bouquet. 100 mils are hard to get on eBay. I really want to smell this. So if I find another one at auction, I'm going to buy it just to smell it, because this has really nice high ratings on Fragrantica. But that was a really sweet pickup. Is there anything else I can show you guys? It's amazing looking at how many fragrances I've picked up, because it's kind of insane. You guys haven't got to see where I'm at recently, but check this out. Check this out, guys. Someone earlier asked me about Ed Hardy. Check that out. Here's an original Villain. Really cool artwork, embossed glass. What else? Oh, check this out. Here's a more basic one. Azzaro Visit. Here's another one I'm really enjoying. Pheromone Gold. Really nice floral, soapy floral with lots of aldehydes. Really cool female scent. That would be an amazing layering fragrance. You could just tell this is vintage though. Look at this bottle. Really cool scent for women. And then check this out. Here's another one I picked up. 125 years, your companion for life. This actually surprisingly smells awesome. There's a lot, man. Okay, let's catch up on chat. Give your phone back to your dad, buddy. Go to sleep. Kenzo, you scored on those auctions. Thank you. Hey, all scent of the day, Mancera Amberful. What up, David? That's a great scent of the day. Brut Cologne is Soar vintage too. Okay. Have you tried Stronger With You Amber? If yes, can you tell me how it smells? Because I'm thinking of buying a dupe of it, and I heard good things about the dupe. See, you can get that Stronger With You for like 60 bucks, so I wouldn't mess with the clone. The original Ed Hardy is beautiful. Yeah, we got a couple of Ed Hardys, actually. I had Villain. It was like water on me. Yeah, well, I mean, Joel, look where we are today. These scents, they all call for a mood and a feeling for the day. I actually look forward to scent of the day on the daily. Thank you, Scent Bubble. My journey is young. Hey, man, our journey is all young. Trust me, man. I'm just getting started, dude. I'm actually cutting off a lot of fragrances and making my top 20 list in every category right now. So vintage was an area I hadn't been in at all. So I had to do a little bit more digging. And I came across a great auction. So yeah, Blaze, I could like lightly describe it, bro, but Fragrantica would go to Fragrantica and scroll all the way down where it says this fragrance reminds me of, and look at what everybody says it smells like. There will be like 10 fragrances there, because I can lightly describe it, but I haven't smelled it recent enough to give you the information you need to decide whether or not you want to buy a clone. But what I will say is that that fragrance is so cheap today, it would kind of be a little silly to get a clone version of it, even if you want it. Check this out, guys. There is one, actually there's two clones that I recently got for all you guys who have been like, SB, you haven't been getting clones in a long time. Yes, I understand. I went on my niche run and then I went on my vintage run, but I did pick this up. Cough. Kaaf. Great scent. Shout outs to BT. I followed his lead on this one. It's a great pickup. It's Invictus without all the bull crap. Here's another one. Check this out, guys. This one was a pretty solid pickup. Elite Risala, which is basically our moth, made their version of Paradise Garden. This is a very good Beast Mode Paradise Garden rendition. Very, 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 very solid. Yeah, I like it. It's cool. You know, I've never really been like an Invictus Aqua fan or like Azaro Chrome or anything like that. But to me, this is like taking Invictus Aqua and removing all the bubblegum and all the sweetness and just making a masculine scent. Kind of this aquatic, metallic, super fresh scent. It's really nice. Actually, it's great because you can layer with it a lot, I feel. I've been wearing it by itself a couple days here and there. Very good, surprisingly solid fragrance on my skin. Yeah, it's nice. Been collecting vintage fragrances for a while now. My latest pickup was Chanel Egoist Cologne Concept. I haven't heard of that. I love Chanel Egoist over Platinum Egoist. So I'm interested. Have you compared that flanker that you have with the original Egoist? My latest clones is Risala. Oh, you've been messing with Risala. Cool. Cool, Joel. How you liking them? Ooh, I need some water, man. My stream's not going to be long tonight, guys. Probably be on another 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm going to call it for the night and get in the shower. I have a bunch more vintage. I just don't feel like going and getting them right now. They're both fire? Okay. Nice, Joel. Nice. Oof, I'm tired today, guys. Thank God you don't have a ton of questions. I do play COD. Well, I mean, not right now. It's been some months since I've played COD, but I used to play it when I was a kid, I played it competitively. COD Modern Warfare 2. Played that semi-professionally. Then once it got to about Modern Warfare 1, like when they revisited after MW3 and Black Ops 3. No, I think they went to 4. I think they went up to Modern Warfare 3, they went up to like Black Ops 4, and then they went back down. After that, I just quit. Because it just, the maps suck so bad, the game's just redone. Today, I don't play stuff like Warzone. Bump, 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 bump. I just bought Rasasi Fatan and Latafa Najdia 2 days ago. Super awesome budget sense. They really are, man. They're really good sense. Mustang. We don't do cars in here. You ever tried Panadora fragrances? I haven't, Joel. Are you looking for a fragrance that smells exactly like that, Paul, or something that smells like it but better? If you're a sandalwood lover, Chanel Egoist Cologne Concentrate. It's one of the best in the game. Oh, for sandalwood. Okay, gotcha. I like the cleanliness of Egoist, but I don't mind sandalwood, so maybe I'll try it, get a decant of it or something. Still got my Alpine Homme Sport. Wondering, is there anything else you recommend similar scent notes? No. I mean, you're dealing with a clone, so there's not another clone that I would tell you could replace that. Like, I would just start going into designer and niche fragrances that are just better than that. Like, immediately you have to go into Edition Blanche from Chanel. Like, that's like a rite of passage. I like it, but better. Okay, Paul, good to know. Keep seeing a lot of Cod Lodge fragrances at the rack stores. Are any of them good? Yeah, I mean, Cod Lodge Island is awesome. Best oud fragrances that one could go for? I mean, best is super subjective with oud because all the oud offerings are so different. If you want the most wearable oud, I would say it's probably Oud for Greatness or Tom Ford Oud Wood. You know, Oud for Greatness is going to be fall, winter, and Oud Wood will be any season, any reason, but you can primarily wear it spring, summer. Cod Lodge Shiaka Red is good. What is Shiaka Red? Is that Interlude Man? Or is that Interlude? One of the homages. I had Shiaka Blue, but I gave it away in my giveaway. Haven't messed with Penhaligon's yet. I promised myself I wouldn't buy single decants of Penhaligon. I have to get a discovery set. And because I haven't got a discovery set, I'm not messing with them yet. But what can I get to up my game? No, I know what you're saying, Paul, but what I'm saying is, are you asking me of a clone of Jean-Paul Gaultier? Or are you asking me for something like it but better? And also, which Jean-Paul Gaultier? There's like 4 of them. Le Beau, Le Male Parfum, Ultramall, Le Male Elixir. Which version? Paradise Garden. What cologne would you recommend for school? Versace Eros, Bleu de Chanel, or Sauvage? I would probably lean on Bleu de Chanel. Parfum or EDP. Pick one. Pick one from Ombre Nomad Oud Wood. Ombre Nomad's challenging. Not everybody is built for Ombre Nomad, but Oud Wood and Oud for Greatness are the most easily wearables to me. Which one should I buy? I have a budget of only one. I mean, if you're asking me for a oud fragrance, if you want the sexiest one, get Oud for Greatness. If you want the most classy, Oud Wood. Oud Maracuja is a good fragrance, but I don't think you can really compare it to the other two. The Nawab, that goes on the bottom of the list for me. Shiaka Shadow, yeah, that's a good fragrance. Reflection Man, okay, yeah. Would you recommend Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Parfum for school? It could work, but I mean, it's sweet. I don't know if you want to be sweet the whole time in school. But yeah, it could definitely work. I know a lot of younger guys, you know, 22 down to 16 that wear Le Parfum all the time. How long does Edition Blanche last? And good, it's got great projection. Lastability really varies on who's wearing it. I can't give you a rough estimate. I've heard people that say it's okay. I've heard people that say it's 6 to 8 hours. It's going to vary, but I'm sure you could probably get like at least a solid 5 hours from it. And from there, it's just going to depend on hygiene, if you're using a lotion, how big you spray with it. But for me with Edition Blanche, I'm going to do 10 sprays minimum. You ever gotten your nose on Jean-Paul Gaultier Essence? I haven't, Jay. I'm looking for a scent that has an old school barbershop smell. Yes. Dracar Noir Intense. This fragrance. If you want the epitome of a barbershop but still be somewhat modern, Dracar Intense, you can get it at Burlington or anywhere online for 20 bucks. Smells like the inside of a fancy barbershop. Ooh. Is there a physical cologne discounter stores that you know of? Physical? No. Every discounter that you run into in person locally is going to try to make you pay more than what you'll pay online. You'll pay the best, lowest price online unless you're dealing with an auction. People will tell you you're getting a great deal, but that's because they've got a lower price than retail. So this is what'll happen. You'll have a fragrance like the new Dior Homme 2025 Parfum, right? And it'll retail for $200-300. So then a discounter at the mall or something is going to be like, hey, here's Dior Homme Parfum for $150. You're getting you're getting $100 to $150 off. This is a crazy deal. And you'll be like, yeah, it is crazy. But then little do you know, if you look online, you could probably get it for 80 to 100 bucks. That's the way it's always been. So locally, the only way you're going to get a discount is going to be on basic designers and clones. You know, Burlington, Marshalls, Ross, Nordstrom Rack, Burlington. But even those prices will never beat online prices. You know, Max Aroma, Joma Shop, Fragrance by CA, Olfactory, all that stuff. Aqua de Parma whole range is barbershop inspired. Yeah, they have a more classic approach, but they're expensive. I want the tree smell of Lalique, please. Ali, can you specify? What do you mean by tree smell of Lalique? I'm very familiar with Lalique, but I don't know what you mean by I want the tree smell. You want something green, is that what you're saying? Dang, I need some eye drops. Do I have eye drops? I do. Nice. I can't imagine using 10 sprays of cologne. What's the average amount of sprays you use? I don't use it average. Every spray has a different concentration. Doesn't matter what it is. If I'm spraying Diaghilev on my skin, Diaghilev's getting one spray. One spray. Maybe two if it's cold out, and that's it. Other fragrances are so light, you have to cake them on. It's just the reality of the situation. If you've never oversprayed, then you've never owned a light fragrance. Or you own a light fragrance, but no one smells you after your first hour of wearing it. You know, great example of this. I just got, what was the fragrance I was wearing the other day? Oh, I just got Dior Homme Cologne or Dior Homme Sport, one of the two. And the performance is god awful. I sprayed that thing 8 times and it was gone in an hour. So yeah, 10 sprays can be realistic. Black Lalique has the smell of tree. Let me find the name. Pine. Okay, you must be English must not be your first language. The Black Lalique is Lalique white and black, and that smells like Parfums de Marly Layton. It is a sweet apple spicy fragrance. It doesn't smell like a tree. Lalique, the only somewhat green Laliques is going to be Lalique White, which does have some green to it, but it also has spice, linen, soap, vetiver, and citrus. So it doesn't only smell green. Probably the greenest Lalique fragrance you're going to find is Lalique Lin Sumi, and that has pine, papyrus, tree sap. So it has a more mossy green, airy green, wet feel to it. So maybe you're referring to Lin Sumi. What's your opinion on YSLY? It's a good, solid fragrance, but I like La Nuit de l'Homme, Blue Electrique, Original L'Homme, Tuxedo better than probably a tie between YSLY and Baby Cat, and then Myself is my least favorite. I smelled once and now I can't forget or find it. Yeah, you're probably referring to Lin Sumi. Here, Ali, take a screenshot of this. This is green. Lalique Lin Sumi. You can find it on jomashop.com, JOMASHOP.com, or fragrancebuy.ca. Best cologne that no longer exists, Ralph Lauren Romance Silver. Will it ever come back? No, it won't. I've definitely oversprayed. Remember when Axe came out? Yep, I do. It's a cube. It's a cube black glass. Okay. So you're referring to this, or you're referring to this. But neither one of them is grass. It's vetiver, which, okay, so see, now you're catching me with my words. Vetiver is a grass, but in Encre Noir original and Encre Noir à la Extrême, and even Encre Noir, where is my Encre Noir Sport? It must be up. All three of those have a lot of vetiver, but they don't smell like grass. Vetiver is a grass, but this smells like wet rain and dark soil. This smells like fire and wood. And then Encre Noir Sport is bitter, watery grapefruit. So you're probably referring to Encre Noir. Encre Noir Sport, and Encre Noir à la Extrême. I see some Chanels in your collection from the Les Exclusives. Which ones are they? Coromandel and Le Lion. Yeah, you can find both of those on Joma Shop, Ali. Jomashop.com. You can get them right now. CEO, recommendation that is, oh, you're a CEO? Sexy for the gals, but classy and luxurious for the business community. Oh, business community. Oh, absolutely. Hopefully when you mean sexy, you mean classy sexy, not sweet romantic date night sexy, because you're talking about something that's business professional. When it comes to business professional, to me, if you wear a suit, which I wear a suit to work, I don't think anything is touching Tom Ford Grey Vetiver EDP. You smell like you drive a Jaguar. You smell like a CEO. You smell like you have the corner office. You know, you smell like you have 50 employees. It's just nothing. And I love it because it's not monstrously projective. You've got about a 2-3 foot scent bubble. It doesn't sillage crazy. It's just you are a walking orb. Whenever anybody comes and interacts with you, they instantly get this whiff of professional, clean, crisp expensiveness. So for me, in the business professional or corporate setting, nothing really beats Tom Ford Gray Vetiver. Now, I do have other office or corporate level luxurious scents that might be a little more loud and proud, but it depends what kind of CEO do you want to be. Do you want to be the guy who is a clean, professional, successful CEO who doesn't need to scream, or are you trying to dominate everybody you walk by? If you want a dominating CEO scent, then I would probably go with, and again, this is business professional. This isn't sexy, sweet date night CEO. This is CEO, I'm working, I'm doing business. Nasamato Pardon. This is a leather chocolate patchouli that's not very sweet, maybe only 2 or 3 level sweetness out of 10. When you talk about executive scents, this is a man with a briefcase, a man with a suit. Your car is all black, Mercedes, Phantom, you know, yeah, I mean, this guy's getting out of Maybach, Ghost. Yeah. So I would say Tom Ford Gray Vetiver EDP would be your daily driver, and then your colder weather fall. So, okay, here it is. Tom Ford Gray Vetiver EDP would be your spring summer work fragrance in corporate or as a CEO. Pardon would be your fall winter CEO fragrance. Pardon from Nasamato. And you can actually get, for a discounted price, you can get Tom Ford Gray Vetiver around $100. Nasamato Pardon, you could probably steal it up for about $120. Even though it retails for $200-300, you can get Pardon, I think, for $130 on Olfactory LLC. Just Google it. Brand new, obviously. There's not much touching that to me when it comes to CEO. If I ever need to go into a room and close a big deal with a big client, Pardon will always get the job done. Gray Vetiver will always get the job done. There's just really nothing that beats it. It can only meet it where it's at. Best fruity fresh, in your opinion? If we're talking mixed fruits, I would say something like Mancera's Pearl or Mancera's Jardin Exclusive. If we're talking a single note fruity, I would go something like Herba Gold from Xerjoff. If we're talking oudi fruits that are fresh, I would do something like Kajal 3 or Kajal Lamar. Are you old enough to know how big CK1 was in the 90s? Yes, I am. I was born in the 80s. SB, apparently from today to tomorrow, USA can't to the USA anymore because of fragrance buy that both yeah, I'm aware of that, Joel. What's a powerful but playful perfume for women? Bond number 9, New York Flowers, YSL Libre, Black Opium from YSL, Flor Narcotique Extrait from Ex Nihilo. Try any of those. Is Mancera a good niche brand? It's entry-level niche, but it smells just as expensive, if not more expensive, than all the best designer brands. And it can compete with niche. I mean, the biggest draw that Mancera has is that they have so many offerings that are amazing. And you get 120 ml of juice, you know, so 120 ml. You get an extra 20 ml compared to any other 100 ml fragrance. So you just get a ton of juice. You can lather yourself in it. They have serious, casual, semi-formal, date night, fall, winter, holiday. I mean, they literally just have all the bases covered. So if anybody wanted to leave a Sephora or an Ulta Beauty and just start smelling more expensive, more niche, I would say Mancera or City Rhythms would probably be your first entry-level niche that will smell amazing, and you'll have a lot to choose from and are very affordable. Hello from Iran. Good to see you, Ellie. Amara Kafu is an Allure Edition Blanche clone. Ever try it? No, dude, I'm not a... When it comes to Chanel, I really don't get clones. I always have felt that they smell nowhere near the balance and precision that Chanel offers. I feel like Chanel's fragrances are so well balanced that all clones fall short from a balance standpoint and smell cheap, and you could spot cheap Chanel a mile away. Even if you're smelling number 5 or Coco Mademoiselle or anything like that. Grey Vetiver is just so good. It really is. I still miss the Gucci Pour Homme. Wish it was never discontinued. Gucci Pour Homme was one of my signature scents in high school. What else do we got, guys? Might be one of my next pickups, Joel. Hawas Ice or Hawas Fire. Ice if you want to wear something every day without thinking about it. Fire if you want something a little more loud and a little more signature. Club de Nuit Intense Man Pure Perfume is worth the buy in 2025. It's good, but I still think Prosciutto beats it. What up, brother? I keep missing your streams. Good to see you, Rambo. Good to see you, brother. Have you heard of Kyoto? It's an indie perfumer in Mexico. I haven't, Rambo. What Michael Malols have you smelled? I've smelled 3 of them. I've smelled the collaborations, and I've smelled a couple of flankers. I don't remember the names of them because nothing stood out to me. But if you go to my video section and type Michael Malol, I think there's at least 3 reviews on the channel. Aqua di Gio was the 90s. Yeah, I mean, it's today too. I mean, every high school and college guy you know owns Aqua di Gio Profondo or Aqua di Gio Eau de Toilette. You know, and then we're not even adding Profumo or Parfum or Elixir or Absolute into the conversation, which are all just as good. Nitro Intense, actually, you know, Aqua di Gio Eau de Toilette was my signature scent in high school as well. Nitro Intense or Supremacy Not Only Intense are the same. They're trying to clone the same fragrance, but they don't smell the same. Do you like any of the Carolina Herrera? I do. I love Cobalt. An LA female agent swears by Creed. What's your professional opinion on Creed? Thank you so much for this. Yeah, absolutely. So the thing about Creed is a phenomenal brand. They've made some absolute bangers in history. But ever since about 2010, they started reformulating their juice, rebranding, rebottling with every scent from the line except for Royal Oud and Bois de Portugal. I think those are the only original DNAs that they still make. Everything, Virgin Island Water, Silver Mountain Water, Millesime Imperial, Green Irish Tweed, Absolute Aventus, Virgin Island Water, maybe I already said that, and then everything else in the female line. All of those have been reformulated multiple times, and they're just shadows of what they used to be. I mean, there was once upon a time where Silver Mountain Water smelled incredible. Green Irish Tweed smelled incredible. Silver Mountain Water smelled incredible. Aventus Cologne smelled incredible. You know, Virgin Island Water still smells good. But now, the clones, and then here's the other biggest issue, is that over the last 5 years, Creed has continued to jack up the prices. Used to be in the $100 price point back in the day, then the $200 price point, then the $300 price point, then the $400 price point, even upwards of $500 price point. So why is Creed charging more and more and more and more every year when you're getting more watered down juice, weaker raw materials, and a cheaper looking bottle? I mean, look at this bottle. This is a shadow of what Creed's original vetiver used to look like. This looks like it looks cheap, you know? I mean, I guess it's cool because it's tall and it's got cool color, but it's a shadow. you know, and the smell is a shadow of what it used to be. Original vetiver used to be an amazing soapy green, bright, complex scent. Now it's green Irish soap, bar soap. You could get green Irish, Irish Spring bar soap and smell like you just bought, you know, original vetiver. So today, if you were gonna buy a Creed, I would buy Absolute Aventus, maybe, because it smells great. If you want an original DNA, I would buy Bois de Portugal or buy Royal Oud, and I have them. But almost every other DNA, quite frankly, let me just keep it 1,000 with you. In 2025, I would not buy a single Creed fragrance. Why? Because ever since Club de Nuit has came out, Club de Nuit's versions of all of Creed's fragrances smell more like the original Creed batches than today's reformulated real Creed batches. Milestone smells better than Millesime Imperial. Sillage smells better than Silver Mountain Water. Iconic is Bleu de Chanel. What's the other ones? Green Irish Tweed. How many Green Irish Tweed clones are there that beat that out? Royal Oud. You have Oud Royal from Ministry. Actually, let me say this. Royal Oud and Bois de Portugal are the only ones even considerable to buy, but you don't need Bois de Portugal today because you have Lalique Pour Homme Lion, which smells just like it. If you want a more modern take on it, you can get Mercedes-Benz Intense, and you won't feel the need to buy Bois de Portugal. Creed Royal Oud smells amazing, but it doesn't last long. So you drop that bread on Royal Oud, yeah, you're going to smell like a mafia boss, but for 2 hours. You know, it's not going to last long. So you're going to buy all that juice to have to spray yourself 15 times just to get through the day. Absolute Aventus, you don't really need it. You have Club de Nuit Peugeot, and that is very close. It's probably the closest thing I've ever smelled, and I've smelled pretty much every Creed Aventus Absolute wannabe, and this is very close, probably by like 95, 98%. Super high compliment factor, smoky, pineapple, birch, oak moss, black currant. So, you know, Virgin Island water is a great smelling fragrance, but it's lasts an hour at best. So what fragrance would you buy? You know, everything, it's all a shadow. So no, Creed used to be incredible. Millesime Imperial used to be insane. I would not buy a Creed fragrance in 2025. There's too many replacements. Do you like any Penhaligon? Haven't tried any yet. Would love to see your vintage fragrance collection. Well, I mean, I've already started doing my vintage that I'm starting to review. You know, I just started really going ham on vintage. Got a lot of decants, vintage decants I got to review. I probably have in my possession right now about 120 vintage scents, some of which are classics like Guerlain, a lot of the Guerlain line, a lot of the Ubagant, a lot of the old vintage Chanel. But then I have, you know, like really weird stuff that I've never heard of before that sells for a lot of money online. I was just showing people the Salvador Dali, you know, some original Balmain, some original Lalique, some discontinued Ed Hardy. So yeah, the vintage I'm still fresh into, to be honest. Like actual vintage, not like, oh, I bought Guerlain's vetiver, but they reformulated in 2022, so it's not real Guerlain vetiver. Or Shalimar, you know, I actually have old batch Shalimar instead of the, you know, Shalimar is a fragrance that's been reformulated like over 30 times. Excuse me, there's women in fragrance right now that have like 20 or 30 renditions of Shalimar. So I am new in the vintage scene, but I've gone balls deep into it because I have over 100. I have about 70 samples of real vintage, and then I have about 30 bottles of vintage that I've purchased, with another like 20 on the way. So it's going to take a little while, probably another 2 months or so before I start introducing a lot of vintage to the channel, but we'll get there. Nitro, Platinum, and 9 PM Rebel are the same. They're close. Do you like Valentino, Born in Roma, Uomo the Gold? I haven't smelled it in a long time, but I do like the Uomo line. Do you like Chanel men's scents for the price? No, I never liked Chanel's price, but I like the fragrances. I carry Coromandel and Le Leon from the exclusive line. I like Original Egoist. I like Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. I like Bleu de Chanel. I have Bleu de Chanel, but no, I don't like the prices, but I do like the scents. How to perfume maceration. Give me some tips. Pretty simple. Can we use a cheap fragrance that's light? So there's no rule of thumb. If I get a new fragrance, I live in Arizona, the bottles come in super hot. I just, get it pumping, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sit. I'll wait about an hour. I'll come back, 1, 2, good. Set it on the shelf for a week. I'll come back to it after a week. I'll hit it for another 1, 2, just to see if the pressure sounds weird. If it sounds weird, I'll pump it like up to 5 times. But normally, by the time you get 1 week later, I've already sprayed it like 6, 7 times, so 3 to 5 the first time. I usually do 5 because I'm in Arizona, so a lot of air needs to like balance out. So I'll hit it 4 or 5 times day 1, wait an hour, hit it for 2 more times to see if there's any leftover pressure, wait 1 week, come back to it, give it 2 or 3 more sprays, and then I'll just sit it on the shelf. Now, most fragrances are pre-macerated. There have been some fragrances that take 2 to 4 weeks to macerate. Most of them do. But there have been 2 or 3 fragrances in my collection that have taken 6 months to a year before they ever smelled good. Well, one of them being Eternal Oud, which literally took exactly 1 year to smell like Grand Soir. Lattafa's Assad took 6 months to macerate. This fragrance, which is a Richwood from Xerjoff rendition, has taken a long time to macerate. I'm still going to give it away to you guys. It does happen sometimes where maceration needs to take a really long time, but for the most part, everything will be macerated within a month. Olfactory LLC is sold out of Tom Ford Grey and Nasamato. Turn on the notifications, Paul, because every week they restock. If you can't get them there, Tom Ford does sell fairly in the $100 price point on Max Aroma, Joma Shop, and FragranceBuy.ca. But right now, with what Joel said with the whole border situation, I would stay on Joma and Max Aroma. But for the Nasamato, you'll probably have to stay on Olfactory and just turn on the notifications, because there's other places that sell Pardon, but I think the lowest price you're going to find is on Olfactory, and it will pop up. Just give it a week or 2, it will pop up. Do you have, yeah, I wouldn't recommend eBay ever. Do you have any rule number 925? No, I don't, Nicholas. Shout outs to Nicholas. Good to have you on. What's up, John? What is that vintage essential Lacoste? I don't have Lacoste. My favorite Lacoste is red. What's up, everyone? What up, Fragrance Style? It's your fragrance boy here. Yo, is Cod Lodge Island and Island Dune any good? I haven't tried Island Dune. Cod Lodge Island is excellent. I'm not even a fan of what it's cloning, but that's a great scent. I feel like it's cloning it by about 95%, but it feels more mature than the original. I think Cod Lodge Island is cloning Le Beau.
It smells just like LeBeau, but a little bit more mature. Just the tiniest bit, like more refined, like a better scent profile. What fragrance did you not like at first, but then changed your mind? Lalique a la Encre Noir a la Extreme. At first I said, oh, wood and fire. Then I realized, and then I smelled Sycamore from Chanel, and I said, wow, this is a clone of Sycamore, but better. New fragrance over time. Vintage John Varvatos Black Rebel. Beautiful. I have not tried it, no. My issue with a lot of John Varvatos is performance. I'm not a big anal guy about performance, but especially with vintage, you deal with it a lot more. And if I steal up some John Varvatos in an auction, that's different. Like most of my vintage, I won in auctions. I'm getting them for steals, but I'm not going to pay today's retail price for vintage. I'm not that desperate for it. What's new you got your hands on? A lot, man. I mean, there's a lot. I got over 100 vintage scents, about 30 bottles, and about 50 bottles by tomorrow, and about 70 decants of vintage. Does Assad smell 1-to-1? No. 85% close, but it's an amazing fragrance. Tarathi Blue, any thoughts? Really good rendition of Tygar. You know, I got my Tarathi Blue for $11. Retail, you're going to pay about $20. But to be quite honest, guys, if you want Tygar but better and you want a real Tygar that doesn't smell like a clone, just get Kajal 3. If you go on Olfactory or Joma, you can get Kajal 3 for almost $100. It lasts longer than Tygar, it lasts longer than Tarathi Blue, and it smells infinitely better than Tarathi or Suspiro. Well, it's very close to Suspiro Vibrato, but to me it is better. And the fact that you can get it for $100 is like, we're almost going to close up, guys. Do you have Hasavat? I do. Hasavat is amazing. Top 5 all time. I don't have a top 5. I have a problem. I am amazed by your mental library. How do you get started with this whole thing? You know, I just smell a lot of scents all the time. So I'm not really having to draw from memory far away, because in a month's period I'll probably go through 1,000 scents. So I'm recalling of stuff that I've smelled in the last 4 weeks. You know, that's one thing I don't like about reviewers, is like, what I'll tell you guys is I won't speak on anything I don't own. So I'm only going to give you my opinion about something if I own it. Now, I don't have to own the bottle of it because I have this down here. So I always take a second to show you guys this. You know, when it comes to decants, if I need to know, especially when I'm comparing clones and people want to know accuracy and stuff, I have to own the original in some shape. So like, I own just tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and, well, and tons 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 of scents. So people might be like, oh, SB, you're talking about all these scents that you don't, your collection, I see your stack, you only have 100, 150 bottles right there. Why are you talking about 500 scents? Well, because I have them. Intense to Drop Boise is better than the EDP. Yeah, I mean, in terms of performance, but they're both pretty great performers. Just picked up a sample version of Casa Marati Mephisto. It's definitely a top tier blue. David, you are not wrong. It is my favorite. I thought I saw the box when you showed your desk a vintage. I bought a vintage or original of the Essential off eBay. I'll pay an extra for Lacoste Essential for the greener juice. No, I don't carry any vintage Lacoste. I mean, I have a lot of cool stuff though. What happened to Profumo? It was discontinued. And so now if you want Profumo, you have to get this, Latafa Sacrat for $20 off of Amazon, which smells incredible. Or, thankfully, there's a guy named Michael Paul, the perfumer of Day 3 Fragrances, who has blessed us with a fragrance that will walk you down Profumo Lane and drop you off next door, and you will actually smell similar vibe as Profumo, but better. And that is Day 3's Desert Rain. Before this fragrance came out, I would have told you you have to own Profumo. There's no fragrance like it. It is the best. Then Desert Rain came. Now that Desert Rain is out, you no longer have to hunt and pay somebody a ton of money for Profumo, because this beats Profumo and you get everything that you love about Profumo in this. What happened to, top 3 Suspiro. I'm not qualified to talk about Suspiro yet. I've smelled several of their offerings, but I'm not going to talk about Suspiro until I've been really knee deep in more than 3 cents. Bro, is Dior Sauvage getting reformulated? I hear it's getting that. I mean, probably. The thing is IFRA is always regulating notes, and so they may have to reformulate because oak moss was banned or ambergris was banned, and they have to mix it and twist it, or they don't have anything new and innovative, so they're just going to reformulate to get people excited about something that's not that exciting, but we'll see. I'm going to get my first fragrance to uni. It's going to be my everyday uses, not attacking people around me right now. Looking for Off-Non Collectors and Armaf Iconic and Assad. I hit the gym also. What should I get? Assad is too loud. It's beast mode. It's nuclear. It's very long sillage. If you're not trying to attack people, don't buy Assad. Off-Non Collectors Edition is also very loud and very nuclear. So if you don't want to attack people, don't get Off-Non Supremacy Collector's Edition. The best one out of those choices is going to be Iconic. And that is because Iconic is Bleu de Chanel EDP. And I can confirm that. Iconic is great performance, great projection, great sillage, super fresh, super airy. It performs really good, but people generally all love this scent because it's so light and airy. It is dense, but it's nowhere near as heavy as Assad and as Off-Non Supremacy Collector's Edition. So I would go with Iconic. If you're going to uni, Iconic will do everything for you. Whether you're at the gym, whether you're in class, whether you're at work. Thoughts on Le Labo? I don't have a lot of thoughts on them right now. I'm just not interested in a lot of Le Labo. I've gone through several of the scents. I just haven't found anything worth speaking about yet. I've had a Day 3 Desert Rain in my cart for almost a week now. I may have to pull the trigger soon. Thoughts on Tacita de Café? La Tacita de Café is their first public release. It's really good. It's one of the best coffee scents because it smells more like roasted coffee beans rather than latte sweetness. It's more of the bean. It's a citrus on coffee bean take, so it's got this fresh kind of green citrusy vibe on top of roasted coffee beans. It's very cool, but you just have to remember it's a coffee scent, so it's going to be fall, winter. You could wear it year round because it is fresh and airy. as opposed to something like a Camera or something. But as a coffee scent, you can't wear that every day. You know, you have to be in a certain mood, a certain season to really enjoy that. And it's not something you can wear every day. Desert Rain, you can wear it every day, every occasion, super calm, casual, all the way up to a funeral, and it's going to feel amazing. Before you pull the trigger on that fragrance, use code TAZZO15, TAZZO15, to get 15% off. Have you tried Just Aswad? I have. I don't think it's worth the money, but it is a good fragrance. Where I'm at in my journey, I wouldn't buy a full bottle of it, but you know, it's solid. Absolutely. Anytime, guys. Anytime. Any last minute questions? I'm going to hang out for a couple more minutes here. If you have any last minute questions, I'm going to give you guys a minute or so to put them in the chat. I'll come back and answer them, and then we will outro. I'll take a quick piss. BRB. Here, you guys can look at the collection while I use the restroom. There you go. All right, boys and girls. Let's wrap this up and answer any last minute questions you guys have. Okay. What's going on? Scent of the day, Product Carbon. Beautiful, super versatile fragrance. Good to see you, Micah. Hey, let's do some content sometime, buddy. You let me know. What about Imagination Clones right now? Does Massage Infused still in good does Massage Infused still good in terms of projection and longevity? I think right now, if you want Imagination, you have 3 real options. To me, the best is Sahib Intense. I've been preaching this for years. Best scent profile, best longevity, Sahib Intense. If you want a cooler looking bottle and you want to do what everybody else is hyping up, I will also say that getting Game of Spades Full House or Aqua Dubai from Al Haramain is okay too, but they don't smell as close to Imagination as Sahib Intense, but they do smell amazing and they do last long. So those are the 3 I recommend if you're chasing Imagination today. What's your thoughts on the new Creed Aventus and Oud Zarian? Oud Zarian is a clone to me, and the new Creed Aventus is same way I feel about when Club de Nuit comes out with a new Intense Man, you know. I thought Absolute Aventus was good, you know. It was kind of like, okay, guys, this is pretty good, but please stop, you know. If I have Aventus Cologne and I have Aventus Absolute, I feel good. But to be honest, you know, these days, I feel like if you have Aventus Cologne, you really don't need to go into Absolute. You should just skip the line and go straight up to Nishane's Hasavat and call it a day. At least that way you have something different and something more mature. Okay, big question here. If I'm a teen perfume collector with a couple of starter perfumes like Nautica Blue and Kawa, what would you suggest that I go for next? Well, since you have Kamra, you're into clones. You have blue fragrances and you have sweet fragrances. I would definitely recommend you get into this fragrance right here. It's not a clone, it's a designer. The House of Lalique, Lalique. Lalique Equus, Equus. You can get this for about $20 to $25. I think it's 100 ml. 75 ml. $20, $25. This smells like Amberful from Mancera, and it's a designer brand. Beautiful perfumer. You can grab and wear this every single day. It's grapefruit, vetiver, and amber. This is, you know, think of Dolce and Gabbana Forever. It smells like that, but warmer and more, a little bit more complex. Really good everyday wear, and it's going to give you something that's not currently in your collection. Another fragrance I would pick up is if you have Kawa and that's one of your only sweet fragrances, you're really kind of stuck with just a coffee sweet fragrance. Why don't you have a sweet fragrance for date night that's just sweet and fresh? Something you could decide to wear during the day or fall winter, but then you could also wear it at date night, but you don't have to smell like a coffee. Lalique White and Black, $25. $20, $25. This smells exactly like Parfums de Marly Layton, and it's a designer fragrance. We're not talking clones here. It smells just like Parfum de Marly Layton, but fresher. And because of that freshness, it works like a Valentino Uomo Intense type of fragrance where, or Versace Eros, you know, where Eros has a little bit of sweetness from lavender, apple, and vanilla, and Ambroxan. So you can wear this every day as just a cool scent, but you could also wear it for date night because it has that vanilla. So you're more like a fresh, sweet, sexy date night. It's like a classy, sexy. It's not all in gourmand or all in candles lit. You're trying to do the most, but you could wear this as a young guy in dates and every day because she'll want you to. So Lalique White is really nice like Eros because it's fresh enough to wear during the day, but it's also got that sweet, sexy feel for the nighttime. And it's only 25 bucks and it's a designer. You don't have to go through clones. Here's a really cheap designer house that smells niche. So get this for pulling out once in a while during the day, but always pulling it out at night or at dates. And get this for everyday go. Gym scent, everyday scent, casual, upscale casual, going to school. They'll love you in it. And you can get both of those fragrances for like 40 bucks, 50 bucks out the door. Okay, Tom Ford Spring, Nasumato Fall. Now, what about Sexy Fruity Date Night for Paul? Recommendations, still want a classy and luxurious if you want to think. Okay, yeah, so, okay. Okay. If you want the scent that has given me the highest compliments of all time, and I'm talking right now, I have gotten compliments every single wear. Not lying to you guys. I'm not, guys, listen to me. That has never happened with any fragrance I own, and I own some bangers. Compliments are few far in between. You know, some situations you can get regular compliments sometimes, like if you're at work and you're known as the fragrance guy, you can get compliments regularly. Or maybe you always go out on a serious occasion, you could score some compliments because you got a real sexy, attractive signature scent, right? But this scent, if I've doesn't I wear it at night only, but anytime I've worn it, the sillage is so signature sexy. It's syrupy, but super airy and fresh, but it's got that syrupy Wajan Parfum de Marly feel, and that's Trace Oros from day 3. I wouldn't call this beast mode, but it has beast mode performance. It's going to be on your clothes. It's sticky the next day in terms of how it sits. Scent trail is absolutely insane. The projection is vibrant and radiant. The signature quality of it It beats out any of your syrupy fragrances like Wajan from Parfums de Marly. It beats out Angel Share. Anything in that sweet, syrupy, spicy sweet feel. Top notes, pineapple, mandarin orange. Middle notes, plantain and brown sugar. Base, honey, lots of honey, a little bit of cinnamon, and amber. Date night killer. If you just had this fragrance for date night, this is the type of fragrance you take a date out and she's like, good God, I hope he does not put this on again, because when he's walking around, women are looking at my man. I don't like it. Honey, you can only wear this at home when we're eating dinner because you're doing the most. This is the sexiest scent that has gotten me compliments every single time I have worn it. And it's quite affordable. If you go on Day 3's website, Tazzo15, Tazzo15, you can get 15% off. It just, there's not a single person I know who has picked this fragrance up who has not smelled it and gone, oh my gosh, like one spray, just, you know, well, maybe I could spray it out in the air. It'll fill this room. Like, oh my gosh. Syrupy, sweet, little bit of spice, tiny bit, honey, dripped in honey, but it's got a plantain note. It's not banana. It's this little bit of pineapple, syrupy, pineapple, cakey, not cakey, pineapple, honey, soaked pineapple, and slight cinnamon, and but the mandarin orange gives this like freshness up top. So for a real syrupy, thick fragrance with just crazy scent trail and like 6 feet of projection, it wears quite sparkling. Like, I don't want to say it wears light because it's syrupy. It doesn't wear light, but like any fragrance you would compare it to, like an Angel Share or a Leighton or a Wajan, absolute aphrodisiac, side effect, tobacco vanille, you know, anything heavy, it has a lighter, gentler, expensive luxury feel. And I think that's important because you want to be able to get that syrupy, sexy feel. And by syrupy, I mean honey, not actual syrup. Honey, the texture of honey is like syrup. You want to be able to get that honey-soaked smell profile in the air without feeling the thickness of it. You put this fragrance on and you don't feel like the fragrance is stuck on you and it's heavy. It has this light aura to it that's just like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. If you want a showstopper, bro, for nighttime, yo, it's just crazy. I'm smelling it all in the air right now off that one spray. Yo, it is crazy. That's that fragrance, you know, in my journey, and I'm ranting about this because I'm sure you guys can relate. Like, there's fragrances I have that I love, but then there's fragrances like Tres Oros where, like, you ever smell a fragrance that's so incredible, like you're happy to just have smelled it? Like, you're literally sitting there like, oh my gosh, I love this. It's monstrous. It's exactly what I want to smell. You put it on and you immediately feel aura before you walk out of the house. Like, just putting it on, you're like, yo, whatever it is, I am going to kill it tonight. If I'm going to the dinner, I'm the best guy in the room. If I'm going to the restaurant, you know, you're wearing that good fragrance and everybody you walk by, you just want to catch their reaction because you know you smell good. Like, that fragrance that you are hyped to wear to see what the feedback is going to be. That's this fragrance. I'm not looking for that for a lot of my fragrances, but like when you go out with a date night fragrance, that is one scenario where I feel like everybody can universally agree you are trying to turn heads when you take your girl out. Because it's like you want her to feel like she's got the best man in the room. You want other people jealous. You want people to be like, yo, who's this dude with this chick? Like, all that good stuff, man. Yo, Trace Oros, bro. Trace Oros. And you know what's crazy? A woman could wear that and she would kill it. Like, I strongly feel like on a man, it's masculine, and on a woman, it's feminine. It's crazy. Like, if my wife, I would not put it this way. My wife is not allowed to wear that fragrance outside, because if she wore it, it's like, yo, sign the papers right now. We ain't doing this. you are not allowed to go outside with that type of billboard on. That's not the message we're trying to communicate. You know, if you're trying to make it to 20 years, you are not wearing Trace Oros. And then I'm gonna go sit here and find a reason to wear Trace Oros. I'm a man. I don't gotta worry about the ladies. I could flick the women off better than you could flick the dudes off. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, bro. Trace Oros is a trip, bro. Okay. I'm almost not into clones, just blind bought because of hype. Should I go into designer niche? Honestly, sub, do it all. Look at your money and do what makes sense for the money that you have. Try, and in your journey, if you have a fragrance you can wear, a fragrance, you have something you can wear during the day, you have something you can wear during the night, don't worry about getting the next bottle. Like, wear more like, if you're gonna spend $100, right? Maybe you might get Prada Black. Maybe you might get Prada, Dior, Mont Blanc, right? Take that $100 and go get like 40 samples. Take every fragrance you're even kind of curious about and get a sample. Get a big haul in your house for $100. You can get like 30 samples sent to you, right? 30, 40 banger samples, and just sit in your room and smell them all and enjoy them all. And each one of those, you can put them on for a day and feel good. You're like trying 30 fragrances, right? And then at the end of all of that, if anything was like, whoa, write it down. And then get your next $100, and now you know 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 fragrances you have to have. And you're excited because you just eliminated all the fragrances you're so glad you didn't even mess with because you tried them. So it's more fun in your early journey. It may seem fun to buy a bottle and have a bottle, but I promise you, it's not. It is more fun, instead of one bottle, to smell 30, 40 fragrances. Now you know your next purchase is going to be special. And now you're adding special fragrances to your collection, not just really good fragrances today, and then 3 months down the road, they sit next to your Blue Chanel, or they sit next to your Dylan Blue. You know what I mean? Like, don't be that guy. It might seem cool to get a new bottle. No one cares. Smell fragrances, dude, and smell all kind of fragrances. Watch my channel. I have over 900 fragrance reviews on my channel of clones, dupes, inspirations, designers, niche, and independent niche. So if you need any help and you come across a fragrance, go to my video section, search the name of the fragrance, you'll find my review, and I'll tell you whether you should try it or not. Yo, brother, can you tell me if I should go for Camera or Liquid Brune? Liquid Brune. Eros seems like a good pick, but I'll also give Lalique a try. Eros is never a bad pick. Blue Eros is only $35 for 100 ml. Eros EDT. Don't worry about Eau de Parfum. Don't worry about Parfum. Because the EDT was the first release, the price is the cheapest, and it will last 10 to 12 hours, even as an eau de toilette. $35, jumbo bottle of Versace Eros. You have something you could wear every day. Are my eyes red? Okay, no, that's just the lighting. Okay. Classy Freshies. Yeah, really quickly, Classy Freshies. Lalique White. Lalique Lin Sumi. Bentley for Men Black Edition. Bentley Momentum Unlimited. Ferragamo bright leather. Mont Blanc, which I never say the words Mont Blanc on this channel, but today I'll make an exception. Mont Blanc Presence. Gucci Guilty Elixir. There's a couple for you. Compliment getter for sure, but just a great overall wear. Absolutely. A good cologne with lemongrass in citrus. Wulong Cha, Montclair La Cordée, Cordee, and Lemonade Mint from Mancera, and even Vetiver Sensual. Thoughts on Montal's Arabian Tonka? Yeah, Arabian Tonka to me is instant crush from Mancera. Bottom line, buy the cheaper fragrance. What is your promo code again? It's not my promo code. I'm giving you somebody else's promo code. Tazo15. Give him the credit. TAZZO15. Tazo15. TAZZO15. Is this a real fragrance stream or is it fake? Somebody answer his question, please. Thoughts on Tom Ford Costa Azura? I really like it. The performance sucks. Liquid Brune by French Avenue or Comra Latafa French Avenue Liquid Brune. Bro, which is the one fragrance to Angel Share Paradise? Is it Rayhan Valhalla or French Avenue Royal Blend Sequoia? Probably Royal Blend, because Royal Blend Nero is supposed to be a rendition of Angel Share, so I got to imagine Royal Blend Sequoia would be the flanker. Thanks for the live anytime, Yo-Yo. Does EDP and other versions smell a bit different? Yes, but not by enough to pay 20, 30, 40 extra dollars. What are the ones in the middle top row? What do you think about them? Roja Taif Oud, Ensan Suave. This is, okay, so Taif Oud is rose oud. It's like wet rain on pink rose with fresh oud. Ensan Suave is a singular incense fragrance with amber and woods. Nasamato Baranda is whiskey and rose. Pardon is a leather patchouli, so it kind of has a chocolate leather briefcase feel. And I mean chocolate plus leather briefcase scent profile. Maison Francis Kirkjohn's Aqua Media Cologne Forte smells like ice cold cucumber water and melon and lettuce. Initio's Oud for Greatness is a fresh Great Gatsby oud. Picture Leonardo DiCaprio in an all-black tux at a ballroom. It's a mystery man, fresh, sexy night scent with oud. Absolute Aphrodisiac is a vanilla musk and what is that animalic? Not civet. What's the rat? Castorum. It is a musk vanilla leather scent. Very sexy date night killer scent. Probably one of the sexiest out of the Initio line to me. Trace Oros from Day 3 is a honey-soaked pineapple plantain fragrance. Desert Rain is like a Acqua di Gio Profumo. But it's greener. So green tea, cactus blossom, papyrus, tiniest bit of leather, and it has petrichor, which is the smell of rain. What about Creed? Is it worth the money? No. Get Club de Nuit. The problem is, what if I like 10 of them and they in out? I don't know what that means. I'm looking forward to it. Oasis or Blur, I'm not sure. Which house is that music? Hey, Rosalie, good to see you. The eyes do look bloodshot. I know. I am super tired, but when I get close to the camera, well, no, my eyes are white, fool. Come on. Give me some more credit. So the final advice is to just try first, buy later. So I should buy the samples first. Then if I really like it, I should buy the whole bottle. There you go. 100%. What up, Mello? Bro, how long do you get with Versace Dylan Blue? I get 6 hours minimum with Dylan Blue, but I don't wear it anymore. Best way to get samples for the $100 you spoke about. Scentbird. There's 2 routes I would recommend. You want to get the smallest amount of juice because you don't want to waste your money on samples. Better to get more samples than to get 2, 3, 4, 5 mLs, and now you spent $10 to $20 on a sample. Instead, go to scentdecant.com, scentdecant.com, and you can get 1 mLs with an atomizer sprayer on it. And all you're going to do is stick your test strip. A lot of people don't know how to make the most of a 1 ml. Here's a scent decant. 1 ml. You want to be able to wear the fragrance. So with a 1 ml, you have to be very careful because a 1 ml has 10 to 15 sprays. That's it. So you're going to take the top off. You're going to take a test strip, take the skinny side, dip it, bam. See that wet mark? So now I'm going to let that sit, and now you have 10 to 13 sprays left, and you're going to save that for a full day's wearing, or maybe even 2 days, depending on how heavy the fragrance is. I'm going to let that dry. I can smell the fragrance all day long because I soaked it, right? Smell it, review it, see how you feel about it. Now I have 10 to 13 sprays left, and then I'm just going to lube myself up after I've smelled it and go wear it for the day. If it's a heavy fragrance, you might get 2 days out of it, and now you've spent the least amount of money. 1 mLs, you will typically spend $3 to $5 on, sometimes cheaper depending on if it's a designer. So you can get a lot of decants. Get the smallest size with an atomizer. The reason I'm telling you to go to scentdecant.com is because most websites you go to don't sell 1 ml with an atomizer. You want the sprayer because you want to wear it as a spray. If you're dabbing it and all that stuff, you're not really getting a full wearing experience. So you might not get the full feel of what the fragrance is supposed to smell like in a bottle. Yeah, scent decant. Lucky Scent is also good because if you're spending like $100, they're going to give you 4 or 5 free samples on top of it. So you can put in the description 4 or 5 fragrances that you didn't pay for, and they'll give them to you for free. But I prefer Scent Decant for the atomizer situation. Bro, have you tried David Beckham's botanical resin? I have, but it's been a bit. But I have smelled David Beckham's line because it's in JCPenney. Thanks for all the help you give us. Hey, anytime, guys. If you're new to the stream, I upload fragrance reviews 2 to 4 times a day. So there's a lot of fragrance content. We do game shows. I interview perfumers. I go to boutiques. So if you're into that type of content, please feel free to sub. It's free. They don't ship to Germany. Oh, man. Yeah, if you're in Germany, you might need to look around. But I know Europe has a better website situation with getting fragrances than the US because they have way more suppliers and most of the fragrance houses are located in Europe. So, yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, turn on the notifications because I drop all the time and you don't want to miss the content. If you found any value in tonight, please give it a shot for a week and see if you like my channel. It's free. If there were any questions that I skimmed over tonight and I didn't answer, just paste them in the comment section below and I will answer them accordingly. If there was anything I mentioned earlier in this video that you didn't have time to write down, you could always rewind the footage back. Even right now as I'm talking, you can drag the video play button back and rewatch anything. And when I leave this live, it'll get posted in my live section so you can rewatch. Pound hashtag replay gang. There's a lot of people that watch my replays because they're not up during these hours. But I really appreciate you guys. The only reason I stay in here is to answer questions. So if you guys didn't ask questions, I wouldn't be here. Hope it brought you a ton of value, and I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your, well, in 2 minutes, it's going to be Wednesday. So have a blessed rest of your Tuesday for the last 2 minutes, and I'll catch you guys later this week. Peace.